Well, hello there, fabulous people. Welcome to part 4 of our 30 Ways to Make Bread series. Today, I'm going to be showing you how I make this absolutely gorgeous stuffed bread. I'll be showing you my step-by-step guide on how to achieve this recipe. Remember to click the like button, share this video with your friends and family, and if it's your first time here, welcome to Megshaw's Kitchen. Please do subscribe. Thank you. So if you're ready, grab your aprons and let's get started. To begin, I'm using 3 cups of strong flour. That's 460 grams of strong flour. Once we've measured that out, I'm adding 1 tablespoon of sugar, 1 teaspoon of Himalayan salt, and 2 teaspoons of instant yeast. Now I'm going to simply mix this together so that everything is nicely combined. I'm going to now crack in 1 large egg, and then I'm going to add 250 milliliters of warm water. Now simply mix this nicely. I'm using a glove because this can be a very messy job, so feel free to use your hand if you like. However, just make sure you mix it thoroughly and then we'll begin to knead. Now the dough is nicely combined together. I'm going to now transfer it onto my work surface, and then I'm going to add 40 grams of butter. This is unsalted butter. A few of you asked me last time if you can use salted butter. The answer to this question is yes, you can use salted butter. Just remember to reduce the amount of salt you add to the flour at the beginning. So for example, instead of using 1 teaspoon of salt, you can just use half a teaspoon of salt if you're going to be using salted butter. So, I've been kneading this dough for about 6 to 7 minutes. Just make sure you stretch the dough as much as possible to make sure it's nice and smooth. Once that's ready, simply roll it into a big bowl, and then it's time for your first proofing. I like to add a tiny drop of oil into my bowl just to make sure the dough does not stick when it proofs. And then just simply cover it and allow it to rise for at least 1 hour. Well, in the meantime, whilst the dough is rising, I'm going to start preparation for the stuffing. I'm using some leftover chicken I had from yesterday. This is just simple chicken breasts from yesterday. So it's already been grilled in the oven. So I'm going to simply shred this chicken into smaller pieces. That's just perfect what I need, and then I'll set it aside for now. Now I'm going to be using these veggies to stir fry that chicken for the stuffing for the bread. So we're going to simply cut these veggies into some really small sizes, as small as possible. All you really need for this is half of an onion, then half each of 3 different colored bell peppers, and then about 3 sprigs of spring onions. That really is it. We're going to simply combine these together with the leftover roast chicken, and this would make enough stuffing for the bread. Once we've nicely cut up all of the veggies, now we're going to begin a quick stir fry for the stuffing. So I've just added a tiny drop of oil into my pan, and I'm going to quickly first begin by frying the onion just for a few seconds, and then you can add the bell peppers to this. Now give this a quick stir and leave it to fry for another 1 or 2 minutes. Once that's ready, we're ready to begin seasoning. Simply add salt, dried thyme, and curry powder. I'm now going to add the spring onion. Then we're going to simply stir fry this for a couple more minutes. I'm now going to add the shredded chicken, and then I'll mix everything thoroughly to combine. Once this is nicely mixed, we now need a little binder for the stir fry. So here I've got 1 teaspoon of cornstarch with water, and I've mixed it together. Simply pour it over the stir fry and now mix it for the very final time. Leave it for about 2 minutes and take it off the heat immediately. It is ready. Now that the stuffing is ready, I'm going to simply pour this into a bowl. I'm going to leave it and allow it to cool down completely. At least 30 minutes should be all right. You want to make sure it's nicely cool so that you're not filling your bread dough with a piping hot stuffing. You don't want that at all, so leave it and allow it to cool down completely. In the meantime, it's been an hour already, and our dough is nicely doubled in size, so this is nicely ready. What I like to do is lightly flour my work surface and then place the dough neatly onto the floured surface. I'm going to be rolling out this bread dough, so now I have just lightly floured my rolling pin just to make sure everything glides nice and gently. I'll simply roll out the dough, not too thin, just make sure it's nice and thick. Now I'm going to simply scoop the stuffing that we made earlier, and I'm going to place it very gently onto the middle of the dough. You can put as much stuffing or as little as you prefer. Just make sure it's right lengthy along the middle of the dough. Now I'm going to simply use my pizza cutter, and I'm just going to make a few slits along the edges of the dough and on the other side as well. Now we're going to simply fold and begin to braid the dough. So just like braiding hair, you're going to place one from the left and then one across from the right, and you'll continue until you've kneaded everything and the bread is nicely tucked in all the way till the end. Once this is all done, I'm going to very carefully put it in a parchment paper, and I'll place it nicely on my baking tray. Now, just before baking the bread, I'm going to simply brush the top with some egg wash. It gives the bread that lovely golden top finish. I'm also going to be adding a little sprinkle of sesame seeds on top. Now I've already preheated my oven to 170 Celsius. I'm going to simply place my bread straight into the oven, and I'm going to allow it to bake for 22 minutes exactly. Now 22 minutes later, our bread is ready. take a look at this absolute gorgeous stuffed bread. It looks, smells, and tastes absolutely delicious. This might be the right time for me to remind you, if you haven't already, please click the like button. And if it's your first time visiting my channel, thanks for coming to Megshaw's Kitchen. Please do subscribe. Thank you. So, back to the bread. Once the bread is out of the oven, I like to leave it in my cooling rack and allow it to cool for at least half an hour before slicing in and eating it. So make sure to leave the bread to cool for at least 30 minutes before you slice into it. So it's been about half an hour and it's time for my bread to be sliced. Just take a look at this absolute gorgeous stuffed bread. Although I've used chicken as a base to stuff my bread, you can use anything of your choice. So feel free to use beef, lamb, chicken, anything at all you prefer, even fish. That would be nice as well. Thank you all so much. Remember, all of the ingredients and exact measurements will be in my description box below. Feel free to leave a comment or a question and I'll do my best to answer you as soon as I can. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you can try out this recipe soon. Remember to click the like button, share this video with your friends and family, and if you haven't already and it's your first time, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you again next time. Goodbye.